Did Dave Portnoy just get fired from Fox? Well, not exactly, but he just made a shocking announcement that has the college football world buzzing. For the first time in 5 years, the Ohio State Buckeyes finally beat the Michigan Wolverines. It was a dominant 27-9 victory that punched their ticket to the Big Ten championship game. But one person you won't see there is Michigan's biggest superfan, Dave Portnoy. Right after Michigan's soul-crushing loss, Portnoy went on X, formerly known as Twitter, and dropped a bombshell. He posted, "I would like to announce that I will not be at the Big Ten championship with Big Noon kickoff. Good luck to all the teams involved." And just like that, El Presidente's out. Now, this raises a ton of questions. Did he quit? Was he asked to step aside? Or is this all just a classic Barstool Sports publicity stunt? Let's break down what's really going on here. This was Portnoy's first season as part of the Big Noon kickoff crew. It was a huge deal, a partnership between Fox Sports and Barstool Sports that was supposed to bring a new, edgier vibe to college football pregame shows. Portnoy, known for his unfiltered and passionate takes, especially about his beloved Michigan Wolverines, was the centerpiece of this collaboration. He was there for the big games, stirring the pot, placing huge bets, and bringing that signature Barstool energy. But now, for the biggest game in the Big Ten season, he's suddenly gone. So, what are the possible reasons for this sudden exit? The first and most obvious theory is that he's just a sore loser. Let's be real. Portnoy lives and breathes Michigan football. Watching them get dismantled by Ohio State after 5 years of dominance had to sting. The game wasn't even close. Ohio State controlled it from start to finish. For a guy as competitive as Portnoy, having to show up a week later and talk about Ohio State playing for a championship while his team sits at home, that's probably like rubbing salt in a very fresh wound. Think about it from his perspective. He'd have to sit on that set, next to guys like Urban Meyer, a former Ohio State coach, and listen to them celebrate the Buckeyes. He would be the butt of every joke. His entire persona is built on being a winner, the leader of stoolies everywhere. Showing up as the sad, defeated Michigan guy might just be too much for his pride to handle. So, maybe he just told Fox, "Hey, I'm out. I can't do it." It's a very human reaction, and honestly, it's pretty on brand for him. He's not a traditional, buttoned-up analyst. He's a fan first, and right now, his team just lost the biggest game of the year. But there's another angle to consider. Maybe this wasn't entirely his decision. It's possible that Fox or the Big Ten Conference didn't want him there. Remember back in Week 11, when Ohio State played Penn State? Portnoy claimed that the Big Ten Conference didn't want him on the show for that game. He said they benched him. The Big Ten is a massive, corporate entity. They care a lot about their image. Portnoy, with his controversial past and unpredictable nature, might be seen as a liability, especially for their marquee championship event. The Big Ten Championship is a huge deal, with sponsors, network executives, and university presidents all in attendance. They want a clean, professional broadcast. Having Portnoy on set, potentially going on a rant about the refs, or looking miserable, might not be the look they're going for. The game itself is between two undefeated teams, Ohio State and Indiana. Both won to ANDO. It's a huge storyline. Perhaps the network decided they don't need the distraction of the sad Michigan fan storyline. They might want the focus to be solely on the two teams playing for the title. It's also worth noting the timing of the game. The Big Ten Championship is a primetime game, kicking off at 8 p.m. Eastern. Big Noon Kickoff, as the name suggests, is a morning show. Fox's pregame coverage for a night game is usually different. They might not even be doing a full-blown 3-hour Big Noon kickoff show in the morning, with only a few other games on the schedule that day. It's possible their pregame plans are much smaller, and Portnoy simply wasn't needed. His role was often to be the voice of the fan at the site of the biggest game of the week. With Michigan not playing, his presence isn't as essential. But then there's the third, and maybe most likely, possibility. This is all a brilliant marketing move. This is Barstool Sports we're talking about. They are masters of generating buzz out of thin air. Portnoy making a dramatic public announcement that he is not going to be there gets people talking. It creates articles, social media chatter, and YouTube videos. Just like this one. It keeps him and Barstool in the conversation even when his team is out of the picture. What makes this theory even more plausible is that the official Big Noon kickoff account on X reshared Portnoy's post. If this was a real, contentious firing or quitting, would the official show account amplify it? Probably not. By sharing it, they are in on the joke. They are playing along. It turns a non-story and analyst possibly not being needed for one specific game into a viral moment. It's a way to get eyeballs on the show and the championship game. People will tune in just to see if they mention him, or if he makes a surprise appearance. It's a classic page from the Barstool playbook: create drama, get clicks, and keep the brand relevant. So, let's recap the theories. Theory 1. Portnoy is a sore loser and is taking his ball and going home because Michigan lost. It's petty, but it's believable. Theory 2. Fox or the Big Ten gave him the boot. They decided his controversial brand wasn't a good fit for the polished image of a championship game, or maybe his contract for the season was already fulfilled. Theory 3. This is all a work. A calculated stunt by Portnoy, Barstool, and Fox to generate free publicity and get people talking ahead of the big game. My money is on a combination of 1 and 3. I think he genuinely is upset about the loss, and probably doesn't want to be there. But, being the savvy businessman he is, he decided to spin it into a public spectacle. Instead of just quietly not showing up, he makes a grand announcement, controlling the narrative and turning his absence into a story. It's a win-win for him. He avoids the embarrassment of being the token sad Michigan fan on set, and he gets a ton of free marketing for himself and Barstool. What does this mean for the future of the Fox and Barstool partnership? It's probably too early to say. This was the first year, and there were bound to be some growing pains. Bringing a personality as big and unfiltered as Dave Portnoy into the traditional world of network sports television was always going to be an experiment. Sometimes it worked, creating viral moments and bringing in new viewers. Other times, it may have caused headaches for the network executives. Whether he's back on Big Noon Kickoff next season might depend on how this year is ultimately viewed by both sides. Did the buzz and new audience he brought in outweigh the potential controversies and headaches? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, the Big Ten championship will go on without El Presidente. Ohio State will take on Indiana, and Dave Portnoy will likely be watching from home. Probably already plotting his revenge for next year's Michigan-Ohio State game. What do you guys think? Is Portnoy just being a sore loser? Was he pushed out? Or is this the greatest marketing stunt of all time? Let me know your theories down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what the consensus is. Thanks for watching, and if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more breakdowns on all the biggest stories in sports and media. We'll see you in the next one.